I know everybody's gonna say something about my hair. I haven't got a haircut in about a month and a half, so this shit's super long. But yeah, I'm just gonna update you guys with how my surgery went and how everything's going. Surgery, I had it on Thursday, which was about 5 or 6 days ago. Today is Tuesday, so yeah, I had it about probably 5 days ago. Still recovering, still in a little bit of pain where the incision was. It feels really tender, so I'm just taking things easy. The surgery wasn't too bad. I went to a really good surgeon in Boca Raton here in Florida, so he took really good care of me. So right now I just gotta take things really easy and focus on recovering. And for those who do not know, I'm gonna try and do the Arnold Classic in March. So I will have about 16 weeks to prep for that competition. So I'm looking to come in my best. So whoever is going to be out at the expo for the Arnold, come by. I think I'll be at the BPI Sports booth. It would be really fun to meet everybody, and I'll be in my best shape. So you guys will see how I'll look. Yeah, so it's just really exciting. The only thing that sucks about this whole entire surgery thing is the setback and the time I could utilize to focus and put towards the competition. But there's sometimes in life you can't change what happened, so I just gotta run with it, and I'm just gonna take the best approach and make sure I recover all the way before I actually get back into training. But I made a post on Instagram for a Q&A. I put that in my Instagram story, actually. I'm about to get started on that and answer some questions for you guys. Let's go. Alright guys, it's time for this Q&A that I posted on my Instagram story. So let me scroll all the way to the top. Hold on. Got my protein shake. This is my new shirt that I just came out with. Bigger the dream, the harder the grind. Pretty sick. Alright. Let's get started into this Q&A. Here we go. Alright, first question. What is your ethnicity? This is a common question I get all the time. I am a quarter French and 75% Vietnamese. My mom is half French, half Vietnamese, and my dad is full Vietnamese. What are your goals in 2017? My goal was to go pro, and I achieved that back in June when I won the Junior Nationals overall title in men's physique. Next question. When you went pro, what was the first thing that came to your mind? Also, what advice would you give to someone coming up and their journey to pro? First thing that came to my mind when I won my pro card was I did it. I knew I could do it. Not trying to sound cocky or anything, but I set the goal to win the overall, and I envisioned it, and I thought about it all the time. Because my first show, I won the overall at John Kemper, which is a local show. So in my head, I'm thinking I was the best men's physique guy there, being the overall champion. So in my head, when I went to Junior Nationals, I kind of had that same mentality, like going pro, winning in the class is good, which is really good because it's really competitive as it is. But I feel like winning the overall is like the icing on the cake, and that was what I was trying to do the whole entire time. That always been a goal of mine to win the overall. So when I won the overall, I felt really accomplished and excited. But I remember talking to my coach when I was the day of the show after prejudging, when he told me like, "Yo, you're gonna go pro. You were center stage." We were just talking, and he was like, "Do you have any pro shows in mind?" And me personally, I had a good feeling that I was gonna go pro this show, so I did research on upcoming pro shows because I was already in my best shape. So I was like, all right, might as well get into a pro show to see where I stand against these guys when I'm in my best form. So that's what I did. And the two shows that came up was the Chicago Pro, the one that Sergi Constance won, and then the San Jose Pro, the show that I did. And I chose to do San Jose because my coach Ariel was gonna be there at the actual show, so it would make things like so much easier to peak right, and he'll have a better eye on like how I'm looking. So that's why I flew out to California and did that show. But yeah, that was just what I was thinking when I became a pro. It was it was a great moment in my life, and I'll never forget that day. It was awesome. What keeps you motivated? Just setting a bunch of goals that I want to achieve, and that itself just motivates me whenever I set a goal. Like for example, I want to reach this weight and be this lean. Setting that as a goal. Like for example, my stage weight was 177 pounds. If I set a goal as I want to be on stage at 180 pounds, that itself will motivate me to do the necessary things to reach that goal, such as eating properly on a surplus and then training really hard, just trying to put on that muscle tissue. And yeah, that's just like an example, but that's what motivates me, setting little goals like that towards like a main goal. So like I would have to figure out what I would have to do to get to 180 pounds on stage, and then from there I would just have to execute that plan and just stay driven to work towards that plan. Like some people, they'll try to set a goal, but like they just chase that main goal without doing the little steps. They want to just jump straight to the goal and achieve it, but there's so many little things that come into play when you're trying to reach certain goals, and that's something you gotta take note of. And yeah, that's what motivates me. What is the best advice would you give to your younger self before you started working out? Best advice I would say is train legs more often and do a lot of research on nutrition, because for me when I first started I didn't really know how to diet correctly. I kind of just ate whatever I wanted and just worked out really hard, so I kind of just put on like a good amount of muscle mass, but I put on a lot of fat as well. So I think it's best to do your research, and then from there you'll learn more about your body, what works and what doesn't. And yeah, how did I rebound after my pro show? I just kind of just ate whatever I wanted because I dieted for so long, and I actually planned a vacation right on time after the pro show. Not knowing that I was going to do a pro show, but I planned a vacation to Cancun about 2 weeks after my national show. So I went to Cancun and just kind of just ate whatever I wanted. We were like drinking, just having a lot of fun, and it's a really good time. But what's the best way to remove belly fat? I would say cardio and diet. There's no other way to do it. Honestly, you have to be in a calorie deficit, and then you have to do cardio. So that's what's gonna reduce body fat. But removing like primarily belly fat, some people just carry fat in different areas than others. So if you're one to have more fat around your belly, I think it's just a matter of time for it to go down. What made you start lifting and competing? I started lifting for sports when I was younger, and then competing after 4 or 5 years of training. I developed a body that I think I had enough size to go out and do a competition, and then that's what I did. What is your pre-workout junkie, and what if you're a pre-workout junkie and you have to work out later today at night? What do you take? Doesn't have caffeine or won't keep you up? If you work later at night, I would say just do like a cup of coffee, nothing too crazy, and then if you train really, really hard to the point where you're fatigued, I feel like you'll be really tired after, and then you just go to sleep then. Why did you move to Florida? Can you collaborate with the boys in New Jersey again? Moved to Florida because the BPI Sports headquarters is out here, and my girlfriend's out here, and there's a lot more opportunities in here in Florida. I just like how everything is. There's just so much more things to do, and it's more motivating, honestly. Any solution to deal with stretch marks? I think cocoa butter works. Stretch marks is normal, especially when you're getting bigger. So I wouldn't really pay any mind to it. I know it's not that great, but you can try using cocoa butter. How long will it take for a person who goes to the gym consistently to get shredded? It all depends on your starting point. If you're leaner and you're starting to do a cut, then it'll be a lot. Like for example, if you're about 14% body fat and you want to get shredded, it'd be a lot easier for you to get shredded than someone that's like 25% body fat. So it really depends on the starting point, and then from there, how hard you work and all of that comes into play. The diet, cardio, it's a lot that goes into it. I also offer online coaching, so if you guys are interested in like a lean bulk or a shredding plan, then I can work with you one-on-one to reach your goals. Do you still have a job on the side, or sponsors like BPI Sports enough to live off of and just do fitness and social media full time? Like I said, I run my online coaching, and that's like the main thing I do. BPI and all that is just like just my sponsors. How to find the right personal trainer? That's a hard question for me, because for me, I kind of learned everything on my own. I did a lot of research on training, and I just looked up everything on YouTube. Honestly, how to train chest, how to build bigger legs, how to deadlift, how to do certain workouts. I just did everything on YouTube. So as far as personal training, they have their own way of doing things. So if you're new to the gym, I think you should do as much research as you can on YouTube and Google, try and figure out what workouts to do and all that stuff before hiring a personal trainer. But it depends on your goal as well. If you're trying to do like bodybuilding, get bigger, that's a different kind of training than to just be like someone that's just fit for like a sport. What are your future goals? My goal now is to make it to the Olympia in 2018 and continue inspiring everybody and motivating everyone to be better, and just focusing on getting better overall as a person myself. What advice would you have given to yourself when you first started to lift, and how do you get sponsors? Some advice I would give to myself is to do a lot more research on nutrition and training, because that's really, really important. I kind of just went in there, and I feel like fitness wasn't as big when I first started than how it is now. So when all the younger guys now, you guys have a lot more of information to use. So I would definitely take advantage of that. And how do you get sponsors? There's no actual blueprint to getting a sponsor. It's just you kind of have to build your own brand as a person, because at the end of the day, you have to offer something to these companies. Like they won't just look at someone like, oh, like they're looking for sponsors. They're not going out of their way looking. I mean, they are, but like they're looking for like someone that can bring something to them. So I wouldn't really focus on trying to get sponsored. I would focus on trying to build a crazy physique, work on your content, push your social media, and then from there the sponsorships will start coming. What music do you listen to while you work out? Can you share your playlist? I listen to Fall Out Boy, Drake. I actually have a whole entire Spotify playlist, so it'll be S-Cow on Spotify. As years pass by, you get bigger, so are you going to do classic physique? Classic physique is definitely something I want to do. I think classic would be really nice, but those guys are just like bodybuilders, and they're just huge, and the way that the men's physique division is going now, it's just kind of hard to make size as it is. These guys are big in men's physique, so I think I'm going to stay in men's physique because that look suits me more than that crazy bodybuilder look. So yeah. What tips would you give to someone who wants to start competing? Definitely hire a coach. Hire a knowledgeable coach that will guide you in the right direction. That's the most advice I can give you, because that's what I kind of did. The coach would tell you exactly how to eat, how to train, and cardio and all that stuff. that's something that I never learned. I never did cardio ever in the gym until I actually did my first competition. Advice for bulking. If you're bulking, I would definitely recommend doing like a lean bulk, keeping everything clean, keeping your fats low, carbs high, protein moderate, and focus on training really, really heavy within the rep ranges of like 4 to 8. That's where you're gonna see most of your muscle gain, and just focus on training and eating in a surplus. But you want to also incorporate cardio. Do like 15 minutes about 4 times a week. This will help with your metabolism, and the faster your metabolism is, the more you can actually eat. So that's really important. How do you get stronger on dumbbell chest presses? How many reps do you do when you go for bulking? I just answered that in my previous question. I would say rep range is around 4 to 8, and do about like, I'll say 4 to 5 sets with that weight. If you can't, then drop the weight slightly and then still shoot for those rep ranges 4 to 8. Do you feel better now? Feel a little bit better compared to the day after the surgery. The day after surgery was tough. I couldn't even walk right. But I'm slowly getting back into the gym now, just to walk on the treadmill, just to help reduce inflammation, and getting better day by day. How dangerous is having a hernia? Does it make you feel in pain? Hernia, it's just kind of like uncomfortable. Honestly, it feels like a lump. I think I got it way back in like February, March, before junior nationals. I remember doing a really, really heavy dumbbell chest press, and when I go back, I always use the momentum to push up the weight. So I went really, really heavy, didn't wear a belt, and then I remember doing that and then trying to use that momentum to push up the weight using like really like a lot of force, but the weight wasn't really going up fast. So I was like kind of struggling, and then I remember feeling something like pull inside my body, but I didn't really think anything of it because I was on like pre-workout, adrenaline's going like crazy. I'm on using heavy weight, and then from there, I remember I think I went home. I saw like a lump, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? But then I was like, shit, I got prep for this competition. So I went through the whole entire prep for junior nationals with a hernia, and then after that, I told myself I had to get surgery, so then I can take care of it and not worry about it next year when I do any competitions and stuff. So yeah, that's basically how the hernia was. But how dangerous is it? It could be dangerous because if it gets strangulated, then it could be really, really dangerous. Tips to gain subscribers and followers as quickly as you have. Like I said before, I think just focusing on building your own brand, showing people what you do on YouTube. If you do a competition, document it, put it on YouTube. That's what people want to see. People want to see like what it takes to get to a certain point, and like you basically just document your whole entire journey, and people will just tune in. I mean, that's what I did. And just post pictures on social media, invest in a nice camera, take nice pictures, and just take pictures when you're in your best shape, and then from there you can just start marketing yourself. What's your favorite form of cardio, and how long do you do it for while you're losing body fat? I think low intensity steady state cardio is the best in my opinion. Basically like a incline treadmill walk, or using elliptical or stairmaster at like a low speed. That worked best for me in burning fat and just not losing too much muscle. Alright, to resume the Q&A, my camera actually died, so I had to charge it. But do you ever think about being coached by Hani or Rambod? Probably not really. I like my coach Ariel. I like working with Ariel. He knows my body already, and he knows what works for me best. So I don't think I will ever change coaches. How often should I work out legs? And also hope you heal up quick, bro. Thanks. I would say you train legs maybe twice a week. I think you should divide your legs. Like do one day where you do all hamstrings, and then one day where you do all quads, and see if that works for you. Thoughts on powerlifting? I think powerlifting is pretty badass. Putting like people going crazy, doing the crazy weights, like it's really impressive. That's just not for me because I'm scared of injury. Those kind of lifts are like, insane. But doing the squat, deadlift, and benches, I think it's the three lifts that you really need to build a good base and good foundation for your body. Um, Fasting or smaller meals throughout the day. I would definitely say smaller meals throughout the day because you don't want to because you're already fasting when you're sleeping. So if you're fasting throughout the day as well, you're just basically like starving yourself. So I think doing smaller meals throughout the day is good, and that'll also help build your metabolism. When are you going to compete in the Olympia? Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year. Why won't you cut your hair? I don't know. I feel like I just need like a trim or something, but I kind of like how it looks. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like how like it flows. I know it's like getting messy and just jumping around, but I don't know. I kind of like it. My hair is like curly, so it's like it's weird. Look how curly it is. All right. Hey man, my mid and lower chest are pretty well developed and big, but my upper chest seems to be lagging behind. Any suggestions? And one more question: how do I get that cut between my chest? Thanks, and hope you stay well. All right. First things first, I think you should focus more on incline when you train. Do more incline work, and also do like the inner presses like this. This will also help your inner chest, which is part of your upper chest. A lot of people don't do that. So I would focus on that and to get the cut between your chest. I think that's just being low body fat, honestly. Yeah, just you would have to drop body fat, but focus on building an upper chest because a lot of people lack a upper chest. So if you have a meaty, massive upper chest, a lot of people will notice that. So I would say doing dumbbell inclines, hammer strength incline, even Smith machine incline, barbell incline, and also doing flies on incline. But yeah, that's my suggestion. Is it okay to consume a high sodium diet even when you're bulking? Does it affect your muscle growth? I wouldn't say extremely high because you'll feel really bloated because sodium holds water. So especially when you're on a lot of carbs as well, you're just gonna feel really uncomfortable and really like lethargic when you're training. So I wouldn't say extremely high sodium, but keep sodium in your diet. Never cut sodium out of your diet because your muscles need sodium, but I wouldn't say do it super high, and it wouldn't affect muscle growth at all. It might affect your training because you don't feel as comfortable, and that can affect muscle growth, but the actual sodium itself won't affect your muscle growth, no. When will you compete again? I would say Arnold Classic, that's what I'm shooting for, in March 2018. I really need tips to get bigger arms. What do you recommend? I had the same problem as well. I think focusing on form mainly when you're hitting arms is what is going to work best, because there's a lot of people that just go in there just doing curls and not really feeling it. I feel like if you're just squeezing it and just controlling the negative the whole way down, I think that's going to burn a lot more and contract your muscle fibers. How do you maintain abs for a long period? You first have to drop body fat and have abs, and then from there you just stay on a really clean, strict diet. What keeps you motivated to living a consistently active lifestyle? Just being an athlete, being competitive. I'm always itching to do a competition, so for me it's not that hard to stay active. I enjoy weight training, doing cardio. I don't really enjoy doing cardio, but I enjoy doing things like playing basketball and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm going there and forcing myself. It's just like I enjoy it. So just being like an athlete. How do you create a thick and wide back? Alright, to create a thick back, I would say a lot of rows, barbell rows, dumbbell rows. Focus on squeezing, doing underhand grip, doing all kinds of things. And then from there, to build a wide back, I would say doing like wide grip lat pull downs, weighted pull ups, a lot of pull-ups. Yeah, that's what helped me best. I never really did deadlifts, honestly, to build my back. I've done them, I've done them like here and there, but it's not something I had in my routine like religiously where I was doing it every week. It was never like that. How do you meet your girlfriend? We actually went to high school together. She's from where I live, the town where I'm from, and we just went to the gym together one day and we just started clicking, and then from there, things just started working out, and then she eventually became my girlfriend. Advice on starting a fitness YouTube channel. And what camera do you use? I use a Sony RX Mark IV, I think. And advice to starting a YouTube channel for fitness, I would say, just start posting, your workouts, what you eat, and if you're a beginner, just start putting your journey out there, because you never know where you're gonna be, 2-3 years from now. So, like, if you look at Christian Guzman's journey, I remember he was posting videos when he was like back in college, like, he had no idea what was gonna happen, and then now he's living a great life, has a brand of his own. So you never know. So I think, just the whole journey as it is what, draws people's attention. You don't want to just go out there and start doing the same thing as everybody else, because, everyone else is doing it. So you want to do something that's different, something that's going to catch someone's attention. And that's just the only advice I can give you. Yeah, that's about all the questions that I've ran through. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this Q&A. It's a pleasure, trying to make a comeback, and I'm gonna definitely post more videos once I get back into training. I'm more motivated than ever. Just not being in the gym for about I think 6 days now, it really sucks. It makes me feel like, I don't know, I just want to progress, and it's something I can't do with the injury I have right now. So I just gotta stay positive and stay strong. And once I get back into the gym, just take things slow and not just go in there and try to go crazy. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this whole entire video. I hope you guys picked some kind of knowledge out of it and learned something. I'm definitely gonna be back soon, better and stronger than ever. So I'm really excited to make that comeback and compete at the Arnold Classic. I'm gonna bring my best package to that show. So I'm ready to start prep again. I talked to my coach yesterday, and he asked me when can I get back into the gym, and I told him about probably 3 or 4 weeks. So we're gonna start our prep then, and maybe I'll start uploading videos during that time. But this video is just the Q&A, just keeping you guys updated with how my surgery went, and I'm healthy and I'm fine, just gotta recover, and then I'll be back in the swing of things. But I'll see you guys in my next video.